So obviously, the thing that is of grandest importance from Game 5 last night is that Oklahoma City not only took control, but they got one of the unbelievable Robin, second banana, co-star, whatever you want to call him, performances of all time in the finals from Jalen Williams. One of the big questions going into this was, are the, there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. What about these other guys? Are they ready to be what they need to be in order to be championship level? And he answered that with a resounding yes last night. He was unbelievable. And I will get to some of the historical perspective on that. But I will ask the panel first. At any point, after they had been down, as many as I think 18 or 16 or 18, certainly 14 by halftime, when they cut it to 2, it's a 2-point game with 8.5 minutes left to go. Did you ever think Indiana can do this?
Yes.
I did too.
If you put Andrew Nembhard on the bench and put in T.J. McConnell, never thought those words would come out of my mouth. He was a disaster last night.
I mean.
So that's what I felt.
It is shocking. As we recorded last night after the show, or after the game, I told Jacoby, I said, I don't think I've ever remembered a game where I looked at the box score and next to Andrew Nembhard's name, it says 4 turnovers. And I remember all 4.
He was a disaster, bro.
They were.
I mean, he threw the ball 120 miles an hour to Matherin.
Yeah.
He threw the ball to Caruso coming out of the timeout, right?
Dribbling off his leg.
Dribbled off his leg. I mean,
And then the one
two
to
just
Casey
clean.
Wallace.
Yeah, 2 just clean throwaways. Anyways, at a 2-point game with 8.5, and that's, look, I got to give credit where credit's due. Oklahoma City showed their championship medal last night because that got tense. And you could tell Richard Jefferson was even saying, like, hey, this crowd's getting a little tense. Once it gets to 2, and this is the domain, I mean, that clutch games have been where Indiana has dwelled, but, man, they turned up, got 4 straight turnovers in possessions that Indiana had to have buckets. Not only did they not get buckets, they got turnovers in all 4
and they scored
straight, and they scored on them. In all of them, and just ran away with the game at the end. And Jalen Williams,
I got newfound respect for that dude, bro.
Holy mackerel,
a
was
40
he
ball
great.
in the finals is something serious here. We're like,
Yeah. I mean, having 40, like you say, you're Robin. That's probably the greatest Robin performance I've seen in a while. But what scared me about their comeback when they cut it to 2, I'm thinking like, damn, what if they was in Indiana with this type of energy?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like once Shai comes out the game, it's like you forcing those other guys to be creative. You forcing those other guys to make the offense of something. And it's like I remember Shai was coming back to the bench. It was like Shai reporting back to the bench.
He's on the score table,
It's like, damn, they kind of like freeze up or they get laxed. And I was thinking if they were in Indiana, I thought they probably would have pulled it. But you can't have your star having 0 points all throughout the what the hell you thinking what's going on?
What the hell is going on?
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
0 field goals is crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, come on, be aggressive. And I think you got to give.
Depends on if your calf hurting or not, bro. You got to at least shoot the ball, like make a shot, bro.
Yeah, but that shows you why great the defense of Oklahoma City is. Like, they shut him down. They keyed in on him. They whole offense is, if it's a pick and roll with a switch with Chet, we might switch that. But our normal switches with the guard-to-guard switches, we ain't switching to be back. No, we switching to be right up on you. And I think his offense is predicated on Miles Turner's popping and hitting that 3, opening up some space for the corner. Now I can get down here and make a layup. They own that, Chris.
He also cannot
They own
get,
it.
and he has talked about in the past where it's like, I judge how well I played by how many times I get 2 feet in the paint. You think about it last night.
He not getting in there.
No. And don't tell me it's not available because I watched T.J. McConnell get 2 feet in the paint every time he touched the ball.
He was crossing up.
Hold on, now that's deceiving. That's deceiving because we sagging 8 feet up off his ass for what? Hold on.
They didn't expect it.
Hold on,
They didn't expect him to get that.
Like they like, all right, Kentucky.
Don't take away
No,
from
I'm
that
not taking
brilliance.
away from y'all guys, but listen.
Don't take away from it.
But listen, bro.
Said they deceived.
They
I'm
doing the
standing
same
on
offense,
business,
bro.
bro.
And man you, that offense is potent. That shows you how potent
Yep.
their offense is. You could just plug and play McDonald in there and those 18 points.
Don't call him McDonald.
Man, call him man McDonald. Call him McIverson. How about that? TJ McIverson.
TJ McIverson.
Yeah.
So, man, but listen,
TJ Nash. Come
But
on
listen,
now. MJ
bro.
McConnell.
it scares me, bro, because if Oklahoma City don't win this next one,
You think he could get 10 and 7?
I think it could get 10.
Well, I'll tell you
gonna
this.
get sticky.
Hey, I'll tell you
That
this.
comeback was crazy, bro. They had plenty of opportunity to just kill the game away. It'd be a 14-15, maybe a 3 here, or a couple stops, you up a dub. You sitting your starters in the fourth. But those guys keep pushing. As soon as it's a make, they sprint right
And
back down,
yep.
hitting the 3. Then I just realized what's his name? Neesmith?
Yeah.
Aaron Neesmith. He had one of the greatest dunks that are gonna be forgotten.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And he could shoot the 3, bro. I didn't know he could shoot.
40%.
I'll tell you this, though.
I didn't know he could shoot it like that.
You're a shooter.
You saw his tap.
Yeah. He said the tap. Hey, also your boy take forever to shoot the ball too. By the way,
Who?
your boy TJ McConnell. He shoot like a WNBA player.
That's focus, bro.
He get the ball.
He's
he get
focused,
He
bro.
get the ball. He like this. He be like,
He's focused.
At the 3?
you see him
he's
shoot.
focused.
At 3? No. But his
He's
game is
he's locking in.
Yeah.
Locking in.
his
Load
game-
that mud up.
No, his game is like, and it's crazy. This may sound. His may sound. His game is like Deshaun Livingston. He not gonna shoot no 3s, but I'm gonna get to this 1, 2, 3,
Yep.
two dribble pull up,
Yep.
and that's cash.
He told him last night. He said they gotta guard me now. You see that?
Yep.
He said they gotta guard me now.
Boy,
I
you
saw-
is with us.
He is
They were going under the screen.
Boy, you is with us.
They should have put him back in the game.
They should have.
So
They should have put
shouldn't.
him back
They
in.
should.
Nimhard-
Yes, they should.
They should have put him back in.
He let him in
if Hallie could
scoring.
play, if Hallie could play.
Halliburton couldn't do anything.
He
could.
He was garbage.
And Nimhard was
garbage.
what team he played for.
He was in the torture
Think
chamber.
he hurt like that?
I don't know what he
He was
what
living
was.
after
hurt.
game 2.
He's up and down, up and
Lower
down. He's
leg.
done
He
this
was
so
low.
many
He
times.
does.
After
He
game
has.
2, he was leaving the podium doing the same little limp.
He's done this so many times.
It's like the LeBron.
He'll have 4 and then he'll have 32, 9 and 8.
It's a roller coaster, bro.
That's his game. So
it's
it's
a
safe to say
Halliburton.
that's his game. He inconsistent.
Yeah.
I will say this.
'Cause I see a lot of people keep saying, he might could be the face of the league.
What league? What league?
And all that.
What
And
league?
he's a
Hold
scorer.
on.
He's
Here.
a
The light-skinned league?
superstar. And
I
all
bet.
that.
Hey, here's what I'm betting. I'm betting.
He
by-
owed a lot to Rick
I bet-
Carlisle.
I bet Thursday night. Halliburton's awesome and the Pacers win. That's what I
I think so too. I mean,
And if that happened, Chris, I'm scared.
Because that's just the ebb and flow of the
and
series.
the bench will be good. The bench players, the other players will
Yeah,
be better.
Kayshawn Wallace had not made a 3 until last night, and he
Aaron-
couldn't miss.
Aaron
Aaron Wiggins
Wiggins.
making 3s.
I love when he get off.
Who,
I ain't
Aaron
gonna- I ain't
Wiggins?
gonna lie. When Wiggins get
Why?
off, I
He
say,
killed us.
no, I'm saying I love when he get off in these series
Why?
because you got to figure, bro. He's
he's
an
a-
X factor, bro. X
You
Factor-
gotta understand too.
Let me Google
Tony
where
is
he's
sitting
from.
at his house
Hold on.
with his son in an SGA jersey and rooting on the Thunder,
No,
and so
I'm
he
not.
gets caught up in it. Yes, he does.
I'm trying to figure out why you root
Hey,
for Aaron
hey,
Wiggins,
hey,
bro.
hey, can
Why
we-
the hell you root
hey,
for him?
can
He's
we-
an outlet for Shea. You
Can
get what I'm
we?
saying?
Hey, can we please speak
See,
one
Shea had
moment?
10 assists last night.
Hey,
he
can we
was
please
dominant.
speak for one moment about the Neesmith thing? Because the dunk was awesome. He can
was
knock down
amazing.
threes, whatever. Bro, he has pulled off. It dawned on me last night because I'm a Neesmith fan too. And he has had some unbelievable hustle plays. And he was really good defensively when he was the bigger, more athletic guy in the New York series. He is not the bigger, more athletic guy in this series. And when we talked about his glow up and we put the picture side by side with you,
Yeah.
and the braids make the energy guy look like he's going so much harder, i.e., Damari Carroll back in the day and whatever. Bro, they are killing him. The end of game 4, they got every switch on Gilgeous-Alexander to Neesmith, and he scored every time. And last night, Nembhard was like, no, I ain't switching. And Nembhard did an unbelievable job. He was a disaster offensively.
Yeah.
Unbelievable job on Gilgeous-Alexander, as he has done. As good as you can do. Bro, Nembhard is getting destroyed by Jalen Williams. I'm like, bro, don't let this long hair fool you, because this dude is getting fricasseed.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, 40 is, and not only 40, with like crazy efficiency.
in the bag-
Just any
in-
kind of way he wanted it. I feel like Jalen Williams was scoring.
So
on
Jalen
him.
Williams last night, you talk about being one of the greatest second fiddle performances ever.
Yes.
Jalen Williams last night scored more games in Game 5 than Scottie Pippen ever scored in his 208 career playoff games.
Listen to this. You ready for this?
Like that.
Hey,
Like that, T.A.
no, ready for this. These are the active.
Scotty,
hey,
damn.
these are the active NBA players with 40-point NBA Finals games. Okay, you ready? LeBron James, Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Jimmy Butler, Devin Booker, Giannis, Jokic, Westbrook, Chris Middleton. That's it. That's everybody.
That didn't have 40.
Shout out Chris Middleton getting 40 in a
It was
finals
very-
game.
That's
Hey,
big time.
Yeah, man.
That's in playoffs?
This is very reminiscent of the Middleton 40-point game against the Suns.
It is.
It really is.
Yeah.
Because he is, look, again, who knows what his career will be? All of those guys, if they said, you know what, I've put my body through so much, I'm retiring. Every one of those guys I just mentioned is a Hall of Famer.
Facts.
Like, they
Facts.
could never play another game. Chris Middleton probably will end up being one when it's all said and done. I don't know how many All-Star games and whatever he's made, but, like, it is most like Middleton, right? Who was the obvious second fiddle to Giannis on that team and then came up with this 40-point. But just to speak to that, how rare 40 points is in a finals game.
Yeah.
And especially rare if you're not the guy, right?
Yeah.
This like LeBron and Curry and Giannis and Jokic and like those guys are all like Jalen Williams is clearly the second best player on his team.
Yes.
Yes,
And
indeed.
it was beautiful.
All-star. A
Beautiful
true
basketball,
all-star.
too. It was like 3-level, mid-range, 3-ball, getting to the rack.
I would
Like,
say
he was in his bag.
I would say the only ones that you would say were clearly the second best player on their team that's on that list are Kyrie, Middleton, and Westbrook. Westbrook had it.
Yeah.
It was 2012.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
back in the OKC.
Yeah, the OKC guys. So, but you would say those three guys
They were the
second
second best
best
players,
players on their teams. But so that's how rare that is,
Yeah. For
sure,
right? To
for
score
sure.
40 as the second best player on your team, because it's hard enough to score 40 in a finals game
In a
as
basketball
the
game,
best
period.
player.
That's what I'm saying. In
Right.
a game, period, it's hard to go 40.
Right.
And I know I know we sitting here glazing this 40, right? But listen.
You for the hate?
No, listen, we glazing this 40, but I think he had to do that last night. As hard as Indiana be playing, man, and the way they was digging into the league, never giving up, never looking, out of, focus. I kind of looked at Shea at that time, and I was like, yo, what's Shea gonna do? What is he doing? He quietly got his game off, but Shea looked a little tired to me last night.
He did.
If
Yeah,
you saw him like walking to the free throw line, you saw him falling.
This is second, the
it was
second,
like-
third games looked a little exhausted.
I was like, bro, is he tired? Are they doing a number on him? So it was like, yo, dude, you gotta come and be an all-star.
Because
today.
one of the things they're doing is they're trying to put him in actions every time.
Every
This is
time,
what,
for
this is
sure.
what they
Play
always
defense.
do to the great
try to
players.
wear the star down so he can play both ends.
Yeah,
And-
we're finding you not because you're the weak link defensively,
No, but you got to work.
Yes.
And you got to work. And sometimes I'm starting to see, and this ain't nothing, I ain't saying nothing bad about Shea, but it's get to the point when you are that tired, like you be left with, you always might be the rotation guy, or you might be the guy that had to, pick up for the big.
Yeah.
And you don't get there, and you see the big get an
Get a
and one
layup,
layup.
yeah.
Or, you know what I mean?
A lot of
loose
times,
rebound.
hey, how many times did we see him getting stuck on Siakam under the basket?
Oh, and
Yeah, those type of
and-
plays.
And Siakam just whoop.
And
laying that ball up.
I'm thinking just an extra effort that he probably could go grab like he was probably doing through the regular season.
Yeah.
I think now the job that Indiana doing on him, I think is wearing on him.
They tried to stagger his substitution pattern too to make him give him a little extra rest. You see him go to
Yeah.
the bench early. You see him go to the bench
I
late.
feel like Tony's coming to our
He
side.
is coming to
a
our
little
side.
bit.
He's like, oh,
I
SGA looking a little tired.
I think he's coming to our side.
for sure he looked at exhausted. I was
You
like,
didn't
whoa.
come out of that game thinking Oklahoma City's going to win in 6.
I did. All last night I was like, they gonna win in 6, but then last night I was like, nah, this is going to 7, simply because Indiana never get discouraged, bro. They always claw back. They always fight back, man. Yeah, they ain't got no reason.
They've
to
got a
hold
good
their head
DNA.
down.
They do.
They
If you
do.
see 'em-
They
if
got
you
a
see
good
'em-
DNA as a team.
If you saw 22 turnovers versus any other team in the NBA,
Man, they'd have been over there with
They'd
the
have been
towels
about
over their
50.
head. They'd have been down 50.
50
It
balls.
is
Looking
crazy.
sad. Man,
Any
those
other
guys
NBA team
stay
except the
engaged.
Pacers, bro, because they're gonna keep.
Yeah.
They keep pushing and like use offensive
They were
rebound.
so messy with the ball.
You
That's what I'm
lose,
saying.
when you
It was
lose
bad.
points off turnovers 32-9 to Oklahoma City, that means you should lose by 30.
Yeah,
You
easily.
should absolutely lose by 20 to 30 to them, and they didn't.
It's just a matter of being able to take care of the ball. Like, take care of the ball and keep them off the line more. Because they lost the three-point line. They lost the free throw line. They lost the turnover battle by 100.
You lost by 11.
And it was still like, it was a 2-point game with 8.5 minutes left.
Yeah.
Now, if Jalen Williams come back and do this again,
Oh,
and
my God.
back-to-back
joint?
40 closeout,
Well, no,
do you
that's-
get an MVP to Jalen Williams?
So
Do he still?
That's why he might be doing a Jalen Brown right now.
I will say this: there's three
Maybe
games.
Jalen Brown.
Hey, there's
Do he still
Hey, because it's not look 40 is the highlight. Look at the 2 games before that though. They're both high scoring nights.
27-26. Yeah.
27, 26, 40.
It ain't just a landslide.
No, high efficiency numbers too, bro. SGA, that boy about to do the Russell Westbrook. I'm looking at that trophy, bro. I need that for his MVP, bro. Hey,
The Pascal Siakam.
yeah. Sneak up behind him. By the way, he was the only one that really like played last night for the Pacers.
Siakam.
Yeah,
He
like,
was awesome.
He reminded a lot of folks that he can do a lot of different stuff.
Yeah, it's like, but
Spicy
Man, with
P.
the Siakam, bro. You don't mess with Siakam. What's Siakam?
I love him. He's a champion. I'm just saying, like, and for the finals right now, it's like Hallie's down.
Yeah, he was
Hallie's
trying.
down. Hallie's down.
He was trying to.
So it gotta come to you. But I'm like, when Hallie's back, like I be wanting that same energy when they, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
when they
yeah.
both vibing. It's like sometimes it just don't look as dominant as it did yesterday. I don't know.
All right. Well, there's our thoughts on Game 5.